Hello, my lovelies. This is a reading for Capricorns for the month of March 2019. So as I've tuned into your energies, I'm shown a little vision, and it's somebody at the bottom of a very, very deep well, and they're stuck down there, and they're looking up saying, is anybody there? Can anybody help me? Please, please, can you help me? I've been stuck down here for ages. So this is saying that for some of you, you have been in the well of despair. That it's almost like a not a bottomless pit, but a place that is dark, maybe damp, and the water is all to do with emotional or being overwhelmed by emotion and having sunk to a depth that some of us at some times in our lives feel that we can never get out of. But because you're looking up and you're calling for help now, this is a very good sign that your energies are shifting and changing, and you are ready to receive the help that you need. So what I'm also seeing with this well, which is usually like a cylindrical construction or shape, is you've been looking for the wrong exit. So you've been looking upwards to hoping that somebody can drop a rope down for you or a ladder, and actually there is another exit, and you need to sort of turn around, and there's like a little doorway opens up for you to exit through that way. So part of this energetic shift that we're, they say, enjoying or experiencing with the planet Uranus moving into the sign of Taurus as of the 6th of March is that things are getting shaken up for us, and that we need to surrender and release. And for a lot of us, we cling on very, very tightly to old habits, old beliefs, old relationships, thinking that if I let go of this, what have I got? I've got nothing, and life will be terrible, and I'll be alone, and I won't have this, that, and the other. But in all our cases, so not just for Capricorns, is to let go. Just let go. So sometimes when we're clinging on so tightly, you're not seeing what is coming up behind. And for you, this is this doorway. It's an exit. It's okay. They're saying it's also an entrance. So a doorway, a portal, is always an exit and an entrance. So this is you leaving this dark, gloomy place and walking out into a very different sort of energy. Now, Capricorn, the sign Capricorn, is ruled by the planet Saturn. And Saturn is all about structure and the structure of our life. So what we build, what our foundations are, how we structure relationships, etc. But also our physical structure. So it's your bones, it's your skeleton, it's your teeth. And I feel for some of you who've been in this sort of dark place, you're cowed over. So it feels like, when someone has no hope, or they're in despair, they can curl up like into the fetal position. But that is changing. So I feel a lot of you opening up and opening out, and so that protective energy of tucking yourself away and protecting the heart and the belly. When an animal is attacked, they will always usually show their back first, and then if they're kowtowing, they will show their bellies. So with the this opportunity for escape, now says you have such a strong structure in your life that whatever comes at you, it can bounce off. So it's like there's an amazing aura, there's amazing energy around you. So it's a bit like being on a trampoline. If anything comes at you, it'll just bounce out of your energies. It'll bounce off, which will then allow you to grow and grow and grow, and stand up to your. Okay, they say stand up to your full stature. And it's not about pride and arrogance. It's more a sense of nothing can diminish me anymore. Nothing is going to knock me down and bring me to my knees anymore. And it's being able to stand up strong, resilient, having learned some extraordinary lessons, because they say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I feel for some of you, this is overcoming great grief in your lives, not necessarily from somebody who's died, or it could be a situation has died. It can be that an aspect of your life has died. Your relationship might have ended. So the grief that we experience with those situations in our lives, we can either choose to carry them for the rest of our lives, or to keep them in a little place where over time they can be healed. And so there's this huge influx of cosmic energy as we have all these shifts and changes. So on the 6th of March, a new moon in Pisces. So when the moon is new, and it is every month, you have a new moon every month as well as a full moon every month. When the moon is new, it's an opportunity for new beginnings, to plant seeds, to take new steps. And because it's in the sign of Pisces, this is about your intuition, your gut instinct, going with the flow. It's the water energy. And also releasing you from that sense of imprisonment. So being in the well, yes, there was water in there, but the water wasn't right up to the top. It was a bit of a puddle at the bottom. So you weren't necessarily drowning in there or flailing around in there. There was just enough water to make your feet a bit soggy and wet. And also Pisces rules the feet. So if you have any feet issues, it's a good time now to have that attended to. So whether it's chiropody or reflexology or a lovely foot massage, something like that. The sign of Capricorn rules the knees. So if you have any knee issues, it's a good time now to have those looked at. For some, it might be to the extent that it's new knees, having operations on your knees, knee replacement. But in the Eastern tradition and Oriental medicine, any knee issues are to do with unresolved situations, unresolved issues in your life. So the opportunity for us all now is to resolve lots of different issues that we've carried for a very long time that no longer serve us, but they've locked themselves into our bodies. And you'd be surprised how swiftly these things can clear up once you deal with those issues. Actually, something in that arena, this last week has happened for me. I had a shooting pain in my knee. I went to stand up on a little stool and my right knee gave way. And over a couple of days, it really did pain me. And I thought, come on, what's all this about? And then the issue it was related to, I actually found the courage to deal with it. And it was just one phone call. And the next day, boom, pain's gone. But, right, Amanda, you resolved an issue that had been hanging around for 5 years. I thought, oh God, why did I leave it that long? Why did I fart around and have this restriction in my movement and my bones, etc., when I could have dealt with it a lot sooner? So it's overcoming that sense of fear of taking that action to make a change. And then you just don't look back. There's no point. It's done. Whoop, gone. Right, now we can really start to move forward. So for you in this month of March, the shifts that are coming in. So we've got new moon in Pisces. We've got Mercury going retrograde in the sign of Pisces. So this 3-week period between the 5th of March and the 28th of March is when this planet of communication appears to be going backwards in the sky. So for a lot of us, it's about going over old stuff, having to review old stuff. It's it can be a reunion, because things from the past can come and visit us again, and it can be either negative or positive or both. So my sense for you is coming up out of, or well, releasing yourself from this well, however you find the exit. A lot of it is to do with communication. So the little angel card that's come up, blow me down, is communication. So I've got 4 little angels there on telephones. So they're dealing with lots and lots of different issues. So this is for you to realise you are not on your own. You don't have to do all of this on your own. Ask for help. So whether it's angelic help, or whether it's a help desk on a certain website or whatever, or a chat room, there is assistance available. And don't be afraid to ask for it. So rather than you keeping this worry running in your head, or anxieties running through your body, pick one of those angels, pick one of those phones, and the answer that you need will come. Because for some of you, this can be a very old issue that you sat on and sat on and sat on and sat on, and it's showing up in your body now, like the creaky knees. So you don't necessarily want to take that step to have knee replacements, major surgery or anything like that, when it can be so easily sorted out, energetically speaking. Because once we release those restrictions we hold upon ourselves, it's released from the body, and then your movement in life is much smoother. So here we have a self-mastery card, and it is tolerance. Now, on the one hand, tolerance is what we put up with. You know, we tolerate things, and we tolerate them for years and years and years and years, and that's what can twist our bones and our sinews and our ligaments, and you see people with arthritic fingers because they refuse to grasp a situation properly. So your body will tell you eventually, if you're not dealing with certain issues in your life, it'll show up in your body. So it says, my heart opens up to make space for all the pain that is within me and around me. I give space for all the hardships and cruelties to be just the way they are. As a master, I am not compelled to act aggressively. So tolerance in this case is all of the stuff that goes on around us, everything that's projected to us from the media, about cruelties, about pain and hardships for others. When you lend your energy to that, you then become part of it. And when you react emotionally to that, again, you become part of it. And so it can sit in your body. But when we can take our observation of everything that's going on around us with a sense of tolerance, because we have free will, this is a planet of free will. It's called the only planet of choice, Mother Earth, is to give space for all of the hardships to be the way they are for everybody else. And in that I mean, when people draw to them hardships and cruelties and negative things, they have a vibration that matches it. So some people may say, oh, isn't it dreadful that that's happened to so-and-so? Well, it happened to so-and-so because they brought it in, they attracted it in. The law of attraction brought it to them because their vibrations matched. So if you match your vibration with that, you would draw in the same sort of things. So with a sense of tolerance is to be able to say, that is the lesson that they have chosen to learn. It's not my job to fix it. My job is to fix myself. And so it's not ignoring it. It's just not giving it any of your energy. And you will find that when we have this sense of tolerance, we're not trying to rail at other people's realities. We just allow things to happen in such a way that that person's experience doesn't become yours. So you open up your heart and you make space for all of that. And when it is held in that field of the heart is pure love, and it's unconditional love. So you're not putting any conditions on anybody else to change. You cannot force anyone else to change. So it's when you change, those around you will change. So we then have an animal card, and this one is elk. I've got the sun on it. Don't really see him. There's this beautiful elk, and it is number 3. So the elk energy or medicine is about stamina. It's having that ability to start a task and to keep going, but to pace yourself, not to run out of steam or collapse in exhaustion and then give up. So the story associated with elk is that a mountain lion sniffed him out and so then started the chase. So the elk took off, started running with a mountain lion chasing behind him, but the elk kept his pace. He didn't go faster, he just kept that pace. And he got higher and higher and higher up the mountain, and the mountain lion started to run out of steam because he just couldn't keep up with the elk. And so the analogy of this is that if something is shifting and changing in your life, and it is for all of us, because you're coming out of, or some of you may be coming out of a like an imprisonment or a dark situation, and there might be this sense of celebration and woohoo, I'm free at last, hey, great, and you want to party and use up lots of energy, and that's fine to a certain degree. But then when you start to pick up the pieces of your life again, it's not rushing. Don't rush at it, because when you pace yourself, you will find that things show up for you that you could miss if you went too fast. Now, Capricorn is represented by the goat, and the goat is sure-footed. So as it's moving up the mountainside, it's one of the only few creatures who can balance on a tiny little edge of a mountain and not fall off. And so you have this ability to take your time to get to where it is you are headed. The mountain represents career and work. So Capricorn's very good at getting to the top. But the energy around you at the moment is because you're bringing yourself from a situation of possibly stuckness. You can see your see the horizon, but you can also see the pinnacle of where you could be heading. And it's because it's always in your sight, it's taking your time. You know you're going to get there. And when Uranus moves into Taurus, that's a fellow Earth sign, but it's going to be there for 7 years. So there isn't really a rush. You've got this energy with you, supporting you, guiding you, showing the way for 7 years. And Taurians like to take their time. So there's this sense of earthy Capricorn, earthy Taurus, and Taurus is going to show you the way. Uranus and Taurus will show you the way. And there may be some big surprises along the way, because Uranus, as I say, likes to shake things up. It's surprises, it's dramatic change. Not all necessarily bad change, but a good idea to have your antennae twitching to pick up what it is is coming your way. So the elk has these beautiful horns, so they are your antennae. Okay, so if you're hearing do, I don't know if that's a rude word or not, but something is heading your way, and that communication is coming to you. Okay, and the communication isn't necessarily a physical human speaking to you, or a phone call, or an email. That communication can be from spirit, from source, from your higher self. And because you've got those antennae tuned in, working for you, part of this is receiving, yes, but also it's you transmitting. So put it out there to the universe. Communicate with the universe, with your higher self, what it is you wish to experience, what it is you wish to bring in. And if you haven't had a certain experience yet and you'd like to, say on the spiritual plane, put it out there and it will show up. So the little elk, mini elk card, there you are, there's a little mini one. It says, persistence brings rewards, support your health and stamina, honour your ability to endure. So the messages that could be coming through for you, the communication from spirit source, can be about how you change the energies in your body with regard to your health and well-being that precludes you having any form of medical intervention, i.e. surgery. That there may be another pathway you can take, that there may be energy work that you can do or try, whether it's you go to a practitioner or you do yoga or breathing exercises or whatever. But this is saying there is another way for you to improve your health. And maybe for some of you, if you've been in the well, in this dark place, you might have felt very low, lonely, depressed, out of sorts. So you may find a meditation group. You may find a group of people who will lift your spirits, will bring you to that place of inner understanding. One thing about this also is when you go looking for support, a group, maybe to do with your health, be very aware of joining support groups who work in the negative. And by this I mean, if there's a group who have all gone through depression and or other negative mental states, the energy of the group might be that they keep that going. So even though they're all there to try and improve things and heal from it, sometimes when you walk into a situation like that, everybody starts talking about their symptoms and the reasons why they got depressed or had a breakdown, and etc., etc. So again, that energy is being fed. And it'll, well, if you join it in that respect and you start telling about your stuff, again, you're feeding it. So you just keep it in that loop and you come away from the meeting, but you haven't really benefited from it. You've just been in that gloopy soup of everybody else's misery. So just be aware that when you've got your antennae out there, that what shows up resonates with you here in the heart, not here. Oh, I think this might be a good idea, I'll go and join that group. You need to feel it, not think it. And if somebody else makes a suggestion to you, again with the communication card, oh, why don't you go and join this, that, the other group? I hear they're very good. But that's just this other person, yes, maybe wanting to help and assist you, but it's not necessarily the right group for you to join and put your energies into. Many, many, many years ago, I came across a lovely astrologer who sadly passed away now, and he was just starting out, and he did become very, very famous and very well known. And when I came across him, there was a lady who ran a promotions company, and she decided she wanted to set up what she called a Capricorn club and various other clubs associated with other astrological signs. Well, it fell flat on its face because Capricorns don't really like joining groups or clubs. So I thought I would just share that with you. So if you feel drawn to joining a group or a club that you feel you will benefit from, research it, really find out about it. If it feels right, great, go with it. If it doesn't feel right, forget it. It's not for you. Now we have a beautiful Ascended Master for you, okay? And this one is Lakshmi. And she's beautiful. So she's talking about a flow of prosperity. Now she's a beautiful Indian goddess. And they say that she is the feminine version of Ganesh. And Ganesh is about prosperity, but also he's the overcomer of obstacles. So when we call in Lakshmi, if you look at the picture, there is Ganesh. You see the elephant god? See him there in all his glory, beautiful being. So she's the feminine aspect of that. And if you look, she's holding all of these beautiful things in her hands. And this flow of energy, flow of prosperity coming to you, it isn't just about monetary gains. It feels like you've had, for some of you, I get the sense that over maybe like the last 3 years, you've been supporting somebody else in their role, in their career, in their sense of prestige and priority, etc. So you might have been in the background a little bit, being that support, again, Capricorn, structure, support, etc. But now there's a feeling of, it's not like you've withdrawn your support necessarily from this person, but their circumstances have changed, again with this Uranus and Taurus energy. And so it's freeing you up to turn and focus on you. So that flow of prosperity can be financial, as I said, but also it's that that feeling of What can I do for me? What can I do for myself? What can I do for my body? Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is the body. Uranus is change. So how can I change? Yes, your external body, your features, your hair and eyebrows, and for some it might be a facelift. Do not do it while Mercury is retrograde. Oh, no operations, nothing like that while Mercury is retrograde. Because you might have to go back and get it done again. So it's a bit drastic, yes, and some might say, oh well, it's time for me to get some of this lifted, and if that floats your boat, that's fine. But this flow of energy from Lakshmi, she's all about feeling beautiful from the inside out, and how when we've given to others for such a very long time, willingly, how that can come back to us through another door. So it's not necessarily that you're going to receive back from the person or the people or the group that you've given to. It can come back through another door, and in quite a surprising way. You think, well, where did that come from? Goodness me, I wasn't expecting that. And it's lovely because you are due astonishing surprises and gratitude and thankfulness and applause and recognition and reward, and for all the hard work you've put in. And now Capricorns do work blinking hard, they really do, and they do have a tendency to support other people because they are strong, they are pretty grounded. But as I say, for some of you, this could have been you supporting others in their endeavours for a very long time, but now it's time they stood on their own 2 feet. And it's for them to realise that they need to do this on their own, and not to completely rely on you. So there might be a bit of a power struggle goes on here, because sometimes when we withdraw our help, the other person says, we don't love me anymore, I really need you. But this is, okay, what they call tough love. So to allow the other person to trip up and fall over if they need to, and you not rush in there and pick them up, because if they didn't fall over, if they didn't trip up, they would never learn what it is they need to learn. And this is then going to give you the opportunity to be the observer and say, look how well you've done. Look, you managed on your own. Isn't that wonderful? So it's like pushing birdies out the nest. You're ready, you can fly, you can do it on your own. So even if you've been in a 30-year marriage or whatever, now it's your time. Now it's your turn to plump up those feathers and, hey, look at me. This is me. This is what I do. You've learned from all of that, giving and giving and giving. And now the universe wants to give to you. So again, with this elk energy, communicating with your higher aspect. You've tolerated others' stuff, habits, behaviours, idiosyncrasies for a very long time. But now it's your time, okay? It's your time to shine. It's your time to let the genius through. Again, that's Uranus energy. Uranus loves to push you and give you not just a nudge, but sometimes really give you a whopping right shove and say, come on, you can do this. You have this brilliance within you. You are geniuses, or genii? Genie, anyway, genie in the bottle. So it's that sort of thing, taking the cork out. So yes, master, mistress, let me grant you some wishes. Ooh, exciting. Right, we're going to polish off with a well-being card, because going back to your being in the well, bottom of the well, your well-being is very important. So Esther and Jerry Hicks got these lovely well-being cards, which is information channeled through from Abraham. So here we are. Oh, this has come up again. Oh, that's nice. Cards do tend to come up in all the readings. Hello, darling. Yes, darling, I can hear you. Where are you? Sorry, little pussycat's shown up. I think it must be lunchtime. Right, we shall finish off with this. There we are. There's you in your bed, beautiful full moon, having lovely, lovely, lovely dreams. And the new moon in Pisces energy is about, yes, Danny, is dreams, but allowing them to manifest. And it says, the universe knows me and the universe adores me. So it is that part of ourselves that is unconditional, that absolutely adores us, and it's asking you to ask for whatever it is you want. And it says, if you will allow it, you will feel the love that flows to you and through you. I know, I love you too, darling. And it says, you are always seen, always understood, and always loved. So if you will allow it, why wouldn't you allow love to flow through you? So because maybe your conditioning and what's been going on for you in the last few, say 3 years, you might not have allowed in the love. But this is the time to. So if you will allow it, you will feel the love that flows to you and through you. You are always seen, always understood, and always loved. So if you've not felt seen by anybody or understood or loved in the past, that is changing, because the universe has always done so. And it puts me in mind of the movie Avatar. I see you. So it's being able to see the soul or the spirit of those around us and understanding we're all in the game. We're all actors on the stage of life. We're all playing our parts. So if you will allow it, I send love to you. Given with love. This reading is given with love. And your response is received with love. Thank you. So there you are, my sweethearts. Lots and lots and lots of love. I hope it's been of some service to you. Leave me a comment if you'd like to. If you'd like a private reading, details are in the box below. So until next time, I'm coming. Bye. It's lunchtime for the cat. Bye.